Hi folks, I'm Chris Bennett, the founder of TIL. We're a social impact startup. If you had an opportunity to help 2.7 million entrepreneurs that are marginalized and underrepresented to create $5.4 billion of their own financial value, would you take it? We believe that opportunity exists today. And how we're going to do it? We're going to make it easier and less costly for people of color, women, rural residents, and others to use their own natural ability to think to create intellectual property rights. To do that, TIL has developed a solution called IPRights4All. It addresses 4 requirements that were shared by underrepresented people during market research in a program that was funded by the National Science Foundation. Those 4 requirements, which we call the 4 A's, are raising their awareness of intellectual property as an option, giving them access to choices, providing an affordable solution, and then including the availability of a potential return on investment in their terms. Those are the things that we're delivering as a service today. To give you an example of an intellectual property right, copyrights is one. Copyrights protects original creative expression. It covers things like choreographed dance, images, art, software code, and others. Once created, a copyright can be licensed or sold, for example. TIL is delivering IPRights4All as a solution and a service to a small group of clients today. They're from the United States, Ethiopia, and Vietnam. Now, TIL is also designing a software option to be delivered over the internet. By delivering it over the internet, it allows us to lower cost and potentially reach more people in a broader geographic area faster. What we're doing is an experiment. Our aspiration is ultimately to help that 2.7 million of marginalized and underrepresented entrepreneurs to create an average of $2,000 each in financial value. It's interesting to note that with our small client base and some preliminary data, the results exceed that aspiration. The IPRights4All solution helps to deliver on the promise of the United States Constitution, specifically Article 1, Section 8. Let me quote for you. It reads, "To promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries." Those words led to the creation of intellectual property rights like copyrights and patents, among others. Similar opportunities exist in the laws of other countries. In fact, regarding other countries, during a recent speech, the United States Patent and Trademark Officer Director Andre Iancu said, and I quote, "Recent studies show that by harnessing the creative talent of all Americans, we could quadruple the number of inventors and increase the overall level of gross domestic product per capita by up to 4.4%. For the United States, that would be $1 trillion in economic value. For you and I personally, that would mean more economic opportunity, potentially jobs, and other benefits." There's a saying that a rising tide lifts all boats. That applies here too. This is where you and TIL come in. We mentioned that we're adding software as a service product option to the IPRights4All solution. The next step is to create the product. Now we are here on FundBlackFounders.com to raise $10,000 to fund the work. In return for funding contributions, TIL will reward the contributors. We have a developer to do the work. Will you join us in this mission to democratize intellectual property rights, to empower and encourage more innovation from new contributors worldwide, potentially benefiting all? Go to FundBlackFounders.com. Read the IPRights4All story, including my family's personal opportunity loss worth over $1 million, and how that's motivated me to solve that problem, in addition to creating new opportunities with this initiative. If your situation permits, please consider contributing. Alternatively, share our story and what we're doing with others that might want to participate. Finally, you're invited. Join our community and tell somebody about the social impact work that TIL is doing. Thank you, and I appreciate your engagement. Goodbye.